Baroness Patricia Scotland comes home in a new capacity. The Vieille Case Primary School is now the Baroness Patricia Scotland Primary School, and a giant step is taken towards a new hospital. Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Louis.
And I'm Kimani Saint-Jean. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after the break.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Thanks for staying with us. On Monday, students of the Vieille Case Primary School ceremoniously folded away their old school flag to reveal a new flag which bears the new name bestowed on their school. The Baroness Patricia Scotland Primary School is what the school will be called in honor of the Commonwealth Secretary General-elect Baroness Patricia Scotland. The Dominican-born Baroness, who left the island at the tender age of 2.5, expressed a deep gratitude for the honor bestowed upon her.
It is a huge honor to me that here in Vieille Case, where my whole family are from, it is here in Vieille Case that the Vieille Case people and the people of Dominica have chosen to honor me. And you could not have given me a greater honor, particularly as a constituent from St. Joseph. So, can I thank you from the bottom of my heart? Can I say to you what Mama would say to me? She'd say, I hope, bon Dieu bao la force et le courage pour faire ça ou ni pour faire ça, il voulait ou faire, quand il voulait ou faire, si il voulait ou faire.
Prime Minister the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, who is also the parliamentary representative for the Vieille Case constituency, had several words of commendation for the Baroness and her myriad of achievements. Prime Minister Skerrit, who stood steadfastly behind the candidacy of the Baroness, says he knew she had what it required to win the post of Secretary General of the Commonwealth.
A few weeks ago, during a regular meeting of the heads of government of the Eastern Caribbean states, the issue of the campaign for the election of a new Commonwealth Secretary General was raised. Several persons in attendance were zooming in and focusing on this matter for the very first time. I had been intricately involved in the process for over 1 year. I remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that Baroness Scotland was the first named candidate in the run-up to this election. I knew at every step along the way where her campaign was and what specifically was needed to gain her the victory that was required. By extension, therefore, I also knew where along the journey other candidates were and what they also would have required to secure a victory. I believe that I have contested enough elections in Dominica and elsewhere to assess the might and capacity of a candidate. You and your team ran an excellent campaign. I was never in doubt about your capacity to win. Indeed, my confidence in your ultimate success was fortified when it was shown to me, days in advance of the meeting in Malta, that you had a clear 50% of eligible votes secured safely in the corner of Dominica.
Meantime, Baroness Scotland diffused talk about her nationality, proudly defending her Dominican heritage.
The pride I feel in having been chosen to be your candidate for the Secretary General's post knows no bounds. because many people thought I would want to be chosen as the British candidate, but I was never British. Dominica has had my soul my whole life. When I entered into my mother and father's home, I was home, and that home was here. They made sure that we understood our culture, that we spoke our language, and we understood who we were.
The Secretary General of the Commonwealth-elect will take up her new post in April 2016.
The Baroness flew into Dominica on Friday, December 11th at the Douglas Charles Airport, where she was welcomed by the Honorable Foreign Affairs Minister, Senator Francine Baron.
Although she was born here, she migrated to the United Kingdom with her parents at a tender age, as many of our nationals before and since have done. Although Baroness has lived and worked in the UK all of her adult life, she has undoubtedly remained a child of the Caribbean and has held firm to the values of hard work and perseverance that we all instill in our children. Baroness Scotland, as the PS has indicated, is the daughter of an Antiguan father and Dominican mother. Her mother came from the village of Vieille Case, but as you heard, she was born in the village of St. Joseph. Baroness Scotland has family in Dominica, Antigua, St. Lucia, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago. She has pursued a dynamic career in law, public service and politics, and has been instrumental in shaping and implementing projects in the UK, the Caribbean and Africa. I think no one can dispute that Baroness Scotland is incredibly accomplished. Those of us who know how difficult it was for people of color to succeed in the United Kingdom in the 60s, 70s and 80s will appreciate the determination that it took for a woman born in Dominica of Caribbean parents to qualify as a barrister and go on to become the first black and youngest woman ever to be appointed Queen's Counsel.
Senator Baron continued that the Honorable Prime Minister was therefore confident that the Baroness would attract the most support based on her experience and familiarity with and the sensitivity to the needs of the developing and developed world. The Baroness too spoke of the Honorable Prime Minister's role in the just concluded Commonwealth elections. She described Dominica's leader as courageous.
The Prime Minister was supported by some phenomenal women, and as a result you can see what good judgment he had. But I really do want to give Prime Minister Skerritt all my warmest thanks and appreciation, because he, through thick and thin, remained faithful to his own vision, and he had support from those around him to keep faith with me when others may have wanted him to go another way. So no one should take away from him the fortitude, the courage and the determination he had to remain true to his word.
She also spoke of the deceased former president, Dr. Nicholas Liverpool, whom she saw as a light in her career. Baroness Scotland arrived on island accompanied by former Deputy Secretary General of CARICOM and Barbadian diplomat Lolita Apwaite and her sister, Dr. Lucretia Gabriel. Another team member, Theresa Marshall, joined the delegation on Monday.
We have come a long way. Some people think that we are too small to have had so many honors placed on our shoulders. We already have the great honor of having the Secretary General of CARICOM. We have PAHO, and now we have been graced with the Commonwealth. But the Commonwealth is of 53 nations, and I am conscious that although my heart will always be Caribbean and my soul will always be Dominican, that I will serve my region, the Commonwealth, and others to make sure that we deliver what we can to make our world a better place. And I am very conscious of the huge honor that has been paid to me. And I want to take this opportunity to thank all of those who've helped me. I am deeply grateful to Dominica, deeply grateful to all the good people of Dominica who have supported me right the way through.
The Baroness says she is over the moon to be home.
On Sunday, Baroness Patricia Scotland was taken on a tour of the resettlement site for the residents of Dubic. The Baroness was made Dominica's International Efforts Relief Coordinator shortly after Tropical Storm Erica swept through the island. In September, the Baroness took a tour of the worst affected West Coast communities, speaking and commiserating with the victims. This past weekend, she was accompanied by the Cabinet of Dominica to the south. First in Petite Savane, then on to Center in Grand Bay, where petrocasas are being erected for the displaced residents of Dubic. These were her thoughts.
I think it's a terrible thing to have happened to our beautiful country on the 27th of August, but we know God doesn't do anything for no reason. And so we have an opportunity now to look to the future. This terrible tragedy happened at a time when the world was actually watching. We now have COP21 finally agreed in Paris. Sustainable development is a reality. And I think this is our opportunity to say to the world, come help us rebuild the beautiful nature island of Dominica, make a difference. It's going to take all of us. And I think what Dominicans have shown is that they have the passion, the resilience, and the determination to rebuild their own country with the sweat of their own brow and their own hands. But all of us need help. We need the help of the international community now. We need the help of all of those who participated in COP21 and said they wished to put climate change right at the top of the agenda and save us. Many of us in these small islands of the Caribbean and the Pacific are like the canaries of the world. They're sending us somewhere to see what will happen on climate change. Well, they now know what will happen on climate change. This is an existential threat to us happening today. So I am thrilled to be here, thrilled to be given opportunity to see for myself all the hard work, but also the devastation and the pain that has been visited on Dominica as a result of the storm. So I pledge that I will do everything within my power to make sure the international community knows of our plight and comes to our aid.
The construction contract for the new National Hospital was signed on Friday between the Ministry of Health and the Environment and the Hunan Construction Engineering Group of China. The signing ceremony took place at the Financial Center and is the last of 4 pillar projects agreed to in the Memorandum of Understanding signed between the governments of Dominica and China when diplomatic relations were established 10 years ago.
The challenges of health care remains a constant feature in development goals of Dominica and developing countries alike, as well as all struggle to deal with the escalating cost, availability and provisions of quality health care. It is within this context that this project has remained high on the priority list. Through the tenure of this government, we remain committed to the completion of this hospital as an integral part of our health policy to improve the health of all Dominicans and those who visit our beloved island.
Honorable Minister for Health and the Environment, Dr. Kenneth Daru, says the new facility will complement ongoing efforts by the Ministry of Health to provide improved healthcare services to nationals.
This undertaking by the government and people of Dominica with funding committed by the government of the People's Republic of China is of national importance, and the Ministry of Health and Environment is totally committed to ensuring a successful outcome. Today marks the actualization of this new facility and this state-of-the-art secondary healthcare institution, coupled with the other proactive steps that we have taken at the Ministry of Health, such as the recent increasing number of medical positions and also our increasing the specializing of students in various universities across the globe, will undoubtedly provide an enabling environment for the effective delivery of healthcare services while strengthening our ability to respond more effectively to the challenges associated with the provision of quality healthcare.
Honorable Acting Prime Minister Dr. John Colin McIntyre, who is also Minister for Planning, says the hospital will be a state-of-the-art facility.
My government is keen on getting the best and will continue to seek the support of PAHO in providing technical support to the Ministry of Health to ensure a swift transition. We are grateful that the Chinese have also committed to providing medical equipment, and we will also ensure the training of medical specialists to augment the service.
First Secretary of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, Zheng Guanlu, is confident that the Chinese contractors will deliver an excellent facility.
The hospital project will have this new symbol of the friendship between our two governments. And the last I want to say that China as a developed country and as a responsible country, we will manage the construction proceed. And I believe that we will have this molding of the art and high quality the hospital and all of this the people of the Dominica will benefit for this cooperation.
GIS News will bring you more from Friday's signing ceremony in a subsequent newscast. And Kerdisha, if you remember, 4 projects, as the story outlined, 4 projects was signed for in a memorandum of understanding when diplomatic relations were established between the Commonwealth of Dominica and the People's Republic of China. And if we could just name these projects, besides the hospital that we just spoke about, it would be the refurbishment of the Dominica Grammar School.
That's right, the highway, the Iolibla Highway.
And
scholarships to Dominican students, and now finally the signing of the contract for the new hospital.
Right.
That's right. And I believe, it says a lot that, we are finally in the last phase. And although people think that 10 years is a short space of time, when you're talking about infrastructure and money and all these things, it's actually quite fast, I believe, and we are in the final phase, and it's so exciting. And it also brings to light, I think, the importance of the way they are going about it, because from what I understand, they are doing it in phases. For example, when they are, doing the, let's say, the casualty, for one instance, the entire casualty will be, not displaced, but, they'll be relocated, exactly. It'll be relocated into another area with all the equipment, so there will be no, inconvenience in any Dominicans, and I think that is wonderful.
Yeah, just to explain that the new hospital is going to be built at the same site.
That's right.
So some of the departments will have to be relocated. And a few weeks ago, the Prime Minister said that the Chinese government have agreed to fund the temporary relocation of these different departments while construction is going on. And a new hospital for Dominica is wonderful, and it means so many benefits in terms of our healthcare, improved healthcare, in terms of specialization in
more
various,
space.
in various medical fields, more space, as you just mentioned. And the government is not just looking at the hospital on its own, but we just learned that so many of the medical students who just went to study, or those who have been studying, are specializing in various areas, so that when they come back, they can fit right into these different departments, these new specializations that we're going into.
And it's also important to know that we're not just getting a new building, we're also getting new equipment. It's going to be fully furnished, a fully furnished, brand new hospital for Dominica.
Yes. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
It is time to break the silence. Child abuse is one secret you should not keep. For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Welcome back. The grounds of the State House were abuzz with excitement on a Saturday, December 13th, as the President's Charity Foundation welcomed the nation's children to its annual Christmas party. This year, the party catered for 280 children from communities hardest hit by Tropical Storm Erica. The young ones were treated to games, eats, drinks, and gift surprises. Oliver St. John, representative of the President's Charities Foundation, chaired the event.
Sponsored by His Excellency the President's Charities Foundation in conjunction with a number of other people who have come on board to make this activity possible. They've come on board by making available financial resource, toys, and other means of assistance to ensure that we have this party, and not only that we have it, but we have it successfully in ensuring that at this time of the year, when we are sharing good cheer, that the children who probably might not have had otherwise had this opportunity to enjoy themselves and to receive the gift that will make this possible for them.
He noted that the President's Charity Foundation is always looking for ways to help the less fortunate. Baroness Patricia Scotland, the Commonwealth of Nations Secretary General Designate, was also in attendance.
Now, all of you know that I was born in St. Joseph, just like you, right here in Dominica. And when I was born, no one really thought that we Dominicans could do very much, because they say we're a small island. But you know what about small island people? We're smart. We are really, really kind. We love God. And my father says, who is Antiguan, that he'd never seen so many beautiful people in his life until he came here to Dominica. So I want to thank the President, I want to thank the First Lady, I want to thank the Prime Minister and everybody in the Foreign Office, because they were wonderful to me. And when no one thought we in Dominica could win, we did. And the captain of our ship in Malta is sitting right there. So thank you, Mr. President.
His Excellency President of Dominica, Charles Asavre, thanked all the volunteers who worked tirelessly to make the event possible and wished the children a Merry Christmas.
Now, the people who have put all of this together are some volunteers, people who work with the President's Foundation, and you see them in the booths. They're blowing balloons, they're operating the bouncing castles, they are giving out refreshments and so on. They're doing the popcorn. All of these people are volunteers who come together to make this happen. So let me say to all of you and to your teachers, because it is very important that your teachers are part of this, I want to say to all of you a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
And that's the English segment of the news. Coming up next, Creole Highlights with McPherson St. Luce.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, on a une cérémonie pour place aujourd'hui pour renommer l'école primaire Vieille Case après secrétaire général Commonwealth Baroness Patricia Scotland. Plusieurs officiers gouvernement en parmi Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, mon qui une position comme ministre de l'Éducation Honorable Kelva Darrow, en parmi d'autres officiers gouvernement attendent cérémonie qui prend place à cette occasion l'école là en Vieille Case. Acting ministre de l'Éducation Honorable Kelva Darrow fait parole qui aujourd'hui c'est un jour bien historique ça fait Baroness Scotland fait Dominique bien plein pour achievement. Et de Scotland travaille bien formidable au gouvernement de l'Angleterre, où là il tient plusieurs positions. Honorable Darrow dit achievement Scotland c'est inspiration pour toute femme en Dominique. Ministre Darrow aussi qui a gardé devant Baroness Scotland travaille en l'intérêt Dominique en travail Commonwealth. Et des positions Baroness Scotland comme secrétaire général Commonwealth recevait bien formidable ici en Dominique. Honorable Darrow aussi m'a dit bon Dieu pour Benny Scotland. En parole délivrée, Baroness Scotland dit qu'il est bien plaisir pour retourner en pays. Scotland aussi remercie Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt pour nommer taper position secrétaire Commonwealth. Scotland aussi souhaite bon succès pour étudiants à l'école Vieille Case et aussi remercie le gouvernement Dominique pour renommer l'école Salah en l'honneur. À la nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominique bien plaisir pour assistance et recevoir Venezuela. Parole celle-là sorti au ministère de l'Agriculture, Honorable Johnson Drago. Honorable Drago mentionné abattoir qui établi pour produire viande assez à la place là.
Aussi, nous avons payé assez support au gouvernement Venezuela as affaires agriculture as well. Quand on me dit, nous commençons à tester facilité à abattoir yo fait ba nous à la UPAC. Et pour moment, nous avons testé 82 cochons et plus de 3800 poules en facilité ça. So nous avons poules et puis cochons qui viennent sur la place là, hors abattoir, et aussi toute même charité nous coûte mais bas ti special gift. Yo qui garder ça hors abattoir dans ça. Et puis nous bien contents pour ça.
En la nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominique a papier avancé pour le projet l'hôpital neuf. En grande cérémonie pour place vendredi passé, on a officié People's Republic of China, c'est agrément et puis gouvernement pour pouvoir faciliter ça à commencer. En parole délivrée, ministre de Santé, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow, fait parole comme qu'il est bien plaisir que China a financé ce projet-là. Il aussi dit à ce compte gouvernement et puis Pep Dominique, il a remercié et puis apprécié China pour financer gros projet là. Et the People's Republic of China bien honoré commitment à yo te fait pendant Dominique te signé relations diplomatiques et puis China en l'année 2004. Ministre Darrow dit relations là c'est vraiment bon bagaille pour le développement Dominique. Ministre Planning Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre a ce qu'on gouvernement complimenté People's Republic of China pour le projet là. Projet là qui commence premier quart l'année prochaine. Et puis finalement, officier quarantine ministre agriculture Ansem, bien plaisir pour Gwen le Jim qui a reçu Hot Sirad. Ansem fait parole ça là pendant une présentation semaine passée, où là il a reçu ces produits ça là.
Bon matin, ça c'est une technical coopération avec le ministre agriculture Dominique avec Sirad Guadeloupe Matnik. Avec aujourd'hui là, nous recevons Gwen légime, tout légime, nous avons planté en Dominique. Avec qu'on met extension dit, ça c'est un programme Sirat qui a aidé nous parce que c'est planté à dit, yo pède, c'est légime ça a été planté. Avec so Sirat qui a aidé nous pour nous replacer, c'est régime ça là, avec légime ça là, avec ça nous qui ouais. Nous qui travaillons ces plantés pour nous garder comment nous augmenter la production légime à Dominique. Nous pas taper légime ça là pour Noël, mais le programme là, le ministre de l'Agriculture a fait extension avec tout technical package là nous avons extension. Nous avons parlé nutrition, nous avons parlé pour gommer contre maladie, tout ça nous allons travailler avec ces plantés pour faire, pour nous garder comment nous allons aider, pas seulement ces plantés, mais c'est les gens qui ont mangé ces légumes. Comme ça, nous allons importer les légumes à pays, ça qui aide nous pour nous réduire la quantité de légumes que nous allons mener à pays. So, nous sommes bien contents, nous allons travailler avec Sirad.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est toute pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson, Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day.
Our tip today is about ridding yourself of emotional stress. Purge the clutter. Get rid of useless junk. Reduce, reuse, recycle. These are common phrases which bear repeating. Purging clutter both in the home and in your life is a great emotional health boost.
Let it out. Emotions like to linger. Sometimes you have to kick them out. Bottled up feelings of sadness or anger can sap your energy and interfere with your relationships and other areas of your personal and professional life. So let people know when something's bothering you. If you're having trouble verbalizing, try purging yourself of intense emotions by pouring them out in a journal. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kimani
and I'm Kerdisha. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.